Look around. The more our lives fill up with comfort, the stronger the feeling grows that something is wrong. You have the phone, the car, the house. You have the air conditioning, the internet, the streaming services, the endless supply of entertainment. And yet, there's an emptiness. An exhaustion that doesn't come from physical labor, but from something deeper. It feels as though life has been hijacked by an invisible hand. A system that keeps you distracted, pulled into endless loops of noise, notifications, consumption, and comparison. It thrives on keeping you restless, because the moment you discover your ability to master your inner states, you stop obeying. You stop bowing to fear. You stop consuming compulsively. And for that system, a free mind is the most dangerous threat of all. The truth is this: you are not trapped by lack of resources or technology. You are trapped by unconscious mental patterns. Loops of thought, cycles of craving, tides of fear. This is why so many who have everything still feel as if they have nothing. Ask yourself. If external comfort was the solution, why do depression and anxiety rise as material prosperity increases? If convenience was the answer, why do people feel more restless and disoriented than ever before? The secret is simple. Real freedom begins when you realize that joy, pain, suffering, or peace, they are not imposed from the outside. They are generated from within. The promise of modern life was this: technology, science, and progress would finally free us from primitive struggles. No more hunting for food, no more suffering through winters, no more dying of basic illnesses. And yes, it worked. Humanity built comfort beyond imagination. But here lies the paradox: instead of unleashing inner freedom, progress created a silent epidemic of anxiety, fatigue, and disconnection. We live surrounded by abundance, yet many walk through life like prisoners. Not of circumstance, but of their own restless minds. External abundance without inner mastery becomes nothing but noise. Think about it. Never in history has so much information been available. Yet people say they've never felt more confused. Never have we had so many sources of stimulation. Yet so many confess to feeling numb, indifferent, even dead inside. So what went wrong? We forgot that reality is not just what happens to us. Reality is the reflection of our inner state. Two people can live the same event, one feels joy, the other despair. Why? Because it's not the external event that matters, it's the filter of consciousness. This is why the ancient sages and mystics taught for centuries that the true battlefield is within. They preserved the discipline of inner mastery, not as superstition, but as a practical science of the mind. Here lies the most disturbing truth: we are sophisticated outwardly, but primitive inwardly. We can split atoms, map genomes, and send probes across the solar system. Yet most cannot stop a single cycle of self-criticism inside their minds. We have created machines that think for us, but we have not learned how to think without being consumed by thought. And so, no matter how advanced the world becomes, we remain enslaved to the same invisible chains: fear, desire, comparison, insecurity. This is the invisible prison of modernity. It has no walls, no guards. You carry it inside you. It is maintained not by governments or institutions, but by the neglect of inner life. Imagine someone surrounded by cutting-edge technology, living in luxury, but unable to silence their mind. They lie awake at night, drowning in worry, even as everything they need is at their fingertips. This is not freedom. This is slavery of the subtlest kind. And here comes the uncomfortable question: if this secret was always known, why does it remain hidden? The answer is chilling. Because society organizes itself more easily around people who react than people who choose. Reactive people buy impulsively. They bow to fear-driven messages. They obey authority without question. But a person who governs their own state, they cannot be manipulated. They cannot be bought cheaply. They are infinitely freer, and infinitely harder to control. The solution is not to abandon progress, nor to demonize technology. Roads, medicine, and computers have expanded human potential in extraordinary ways. But none of these can replace the mastery of the inner world. This is why monks, mystics, and spiritual teachers have always taught a simple inversion, before seeking to conquer the external world. First learn to govern the inner one. This is the secret they preserved. Life is not meant to be lived as reaction, but as expression. Think of it. When inner mastery is absent, abundance leads to numbness. But when inner mastery is present, abundance transforms into power. A life that once felt meaningless becomes a canvas for expression, creation, and awakening. This is why the paradox of comfort is actually a call. A call for humanity to evolve inwardly as much as it has evolved outwardly. And so, the choice is here. You can continue reacting, living as a puppet of external forces, endlessly waiting for, out there, to fix, in here. Or you can begin the discipline of interior engineering. The practice of consciously shaping your attention, your feelings, your assumptions, until peace, clarity, and freedom become your natural state. The world will not reorganize itself to give you peace. It is your consciousness that must reorganize itself to create peace. And from there, everything, your relationships, your work, your destiny, transforms. This is the best kept secret. They don't want you to know it. But now, you do. If this message spoke to you, let me know in the comments by writing, "It made sense to me." And if you felt that spark of awakening, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe so you never miss what comes next.